Welcome. What is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I am Chris Chaos here with the 411 for SmackDown Live. Yes, a day late and a dollar short. I am. Normally, if I'm a day late, I just don't even do the video. But I was so critical last week of SmackDown Live, and I was probably way too critical, to be honest with you. But I really didn't like the show. I was really disappointed. This week blew it away. Next week is stacked. I can't wait to talk about what's going on next week. But let's get to the review of this week before we get there. First off, we've got Nakamura and Orton with backstage promos. I love the big fight feel, you know, with the promos. There's not somebody standing there with a microphone saying, Shinsuke Nakamura, you have or Randy Orton, tonight is the night that who cares? We all know why we're here. We all know what's going on. Just let the guys talk. Nakamura doesn't have to say much. He's over. Randy, he's still super over, in my opinion. So, it all works. Carmella's in the ring. She's being introed very nicely by James Ellsworth, I must say. Kevin Owens comes out, says he's going to be the referee. Shane comes out, says, no, that's not going to happen. They argue. Kevin insults his kids, basically, does it twice, and on the second time, after being warned, Shane beats the hell out of him. Just beats the hell out of him. And then Kevin Owens says, I'm going to sue. I'm going to sue. Because that's, you know, that's kind of inside jokes, I mean, if you will, because that's what people do these days, is they just sue. Something goes wrong, something goes bad wrong, they sue. Even though, if this was a regular job, and your boss put your hands on you, that would be what anybody would do. I'm suing the company because that is not right. And you'd probably win really big too. So Carmella finally has the match with Natalya, and Natty beats her. It's probably one of the best matches I've ever seen Carmella have. Probably her best one-on-one match since she's been drafted to SmackDown Live, which I know has only been a year, but still a little over a year. But you know, still, I mean that's still a lot to say. The timing was right. Everything was good. They told a good story. Ellsworth gets up when he thinks that Carmella's about to win, drops the case. The referee picks it up, acts like, do you want to cash this in now? And no. She throws it back at James. Natty rolls her up. And then she dumps him, basically. More on that later. Dolph Ziggler comes out to nothing, because he was supposed to re-debut. He gets nothing. He goes to the back, comes out as John Cena, basically. Goes to the back, comes out as Randy Savage with a messed up looking robe, but a very nice Miss Elizabeth replacement. Goes to the back, comes out as Naomi, basically, in all of her garb, and with the glow gimmick on, and behind him, and to Natty's music, Naomi's music, which was fantastic. And then he talks for just a couple minutes talking about how he's better than all of this because it doesn't matter what his gimmick is. What he does inside that ring is the most important thing. And I agree. Kind of. But anyway, I love what they're doing with Ziggler. Frustrations out the wazoo. Use it, abuse it, and just direct it to where it needs to go. And I can't wait to see what he does, you know, once he gets back in the ring, because that's basically, like he said, according to him, that's the be all end all. Aiden English beats Sami Zayn. Remember, this was a rematch from last week that got thrown out because of Kevin Owens, but Aiden fucking English beat Sami Zayn, which was phenomenal. And no, that's not burying Sami Zayn. That's taking a made guy, because Sami is a made guy, at least in my opinion, and elevating another guy, which is something that WWE doesn't do enough of, or haven't in the past. And it is probably for good reason, too, because you don't want to just let this kind of thing happen all the time. You got to pick your spots, and this was a good spot for it. Aiden gets the win, and then he runs like a cowardly dog away from Sami, which was just funny. At this point, we find out next week the tag titles on the line in a Sin City street fight, which should be very amazing. No word yet on who. Well, as of last night, I haven't looked at social today or anything about the which members of the New Day it will be. I'm thinking it's going to be Kofi and Big E, but you know, they've been using Xavier a lot lately, so I'd like to see Xavier get some more shine. Baron Corbin beats Ty Dillinger. It was a good match. Nothing to write home about. Nothing to really, you know, pick out or pick apart. You know, I mean, the ending was a good heel, you know, finish for Baron. He wins, and then Ty Dillinger ends up winning because he gets an offer from AJ Styles to be the one and only invitation for the U.S. title next week, the U.S. Open Challenge, if I can get the words out. So now we have 3 title matches. You add those 2 that I just mentioned with Natty versus Naomi in their SummerSlam rematch for the women's title. It's going to be a good show, guys. Carmella, then we go back and James catches up with her. She forgives James. Then she kisses him passionately, just passionately gives it to him. And then just slaps the hell out of him. Just because that sumbitch deserves it. By the way, him almost crying in the ring. Actually, I kind of liked it. It was kind of a good touch. Like, he was trying to cry, but he couldn't get it out. And then Shinsuke Nakamura beats Randy Orton. Look, this has got to be their guy. They have already decided, and probably a long time ago, that this, especially when they were pushing him really, really hard, this is the guy. He beat John Cena clean. He beat Randy Orton clean. And the first time encounters, by the way, beats them both clean. I just hope he gets a shot at Hell in a Cell. I just hope that this match is not in Hell in a Cell. You know, I use Hell in a Cell. I'll reference Finn Balor and the Demon. You only get to see the Demon when it's one of those situations that Finn has to go to that place deep down inside and pull that demon out so he knows, excuse me, that was my phone going off, so that he knows that I got to go here because this is the only way I can beat this guy. And that's it. Hell in a Cell needs to be that place for this feud is so personal that we're going to put these 2 guys in Hell in a Cell, lock them up, first man out wins, and that's it. And then this matter is done after Hell in a Cell. Now, they could do Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. They still have time to build that and make it. I was thinking that this was going to happen at like Survivor Series, but maybe there'll be Survivor Series led teams. I've heard that too, so I don't know. The Shane getting indefinitely suspended by Daniel Bryan was a great segment. There was no music. For either entrance, there was no music to end the segment on. It just fades to black as Shane sets down the microphone, and it coming from Vince, and with Vince being there next week, it really ups the ante. So now we have 3 title matches next week on SmackDown. We have the return to SmackDown of the chairman of the board, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, one of my personal idols, earthly idols. And we also have the finals to the Mae Young Classic. I mean, come on. This is just going to be a really good time next week. I am super, super excited about next Tuesday night. So that's all I have for the review for SmackDown. I quickly want to say once again that I want to encourage everybody to go donate to Connor's Cure. Of course, you see I have the bracelet on. I will be wearing the bracelet more, especially during this month because of it being Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month and basically Connor's Cure Month because of what the WWE does for pediatric cancer with Connor's Cure. I think this is something we can all agree on, that this is something that needs our full undivided attention no matter what else is going on. Cities can rebuild, people can get help in other places, but these kids are depending on this to see another day. So let's all donate as much as it can, $1, $2, $50, whatever you can. So with that being said, I gotta go. Deuces as always, and Chaos is out.